Hey everyone, Chris here from Realridesharestories. On this channel, we do a lot of different things within the rideshare industry, so if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. All right, so what we're going to be talking about is what we talked about from earlier's video, which was the discussion on how on a receipt that a passenger gets is showing the first and last name of a driver. When in fact, if you look on Uber's own privacy policy, when they say sharing information, if you scroll down to about the middle of the page, you can see that it says upon the receipt, the information that's going to be shared would be your first name. So in fact, they're kind of going against their own policy right there. So what do you guys think about this? Is this a violation of their policy? And if you think it is, how are they held accountable, or what changes can be made? That's kind of what we're going to be discussing now. And one of the things I forgot to mention too in the video earlier is not only does it provide the information for a driver, all of their information, meaning first and last name, where you can get a lot more information. You can get access to their social media accounts, whether they have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it might be. It's very easy to find that person. So sometimes keeping certain information entangled or unconnected is a good way to help keep privacy, even though you guys are sharing a small space in a car. What's up? Yes, Bills Mafia. Unfortunately, we lost against the Eagles, but hey, you know what? There's always next week. But yeah, so what do you guys think though with that? What's going on with your minds? For me, like I said earlier, it's not too big of a deal in terms of my information already being out there. But like I said, I like to separate my information from being in certain circumstances, because then you can keep certain anonymity between different things in different places, and this being one of them, because you can come and meet a lot of different people, and you've seen quite a few different rides if you've been watching the channel for a while. There's some good rides, some crazy rides, and there's a lot of rides that I just don't want people knowing my personal information. Yeah, they could find it if they really wanted to, if they wanted to search it out, but it's going to be hard. So that's one thing that you really want to watch out for. And one thing that somebody commented on earlier was being a female driver. And we all know male and female drivers, it's completely different. Yes, I get hit on as a driver quite often, but for a female, it's going to be a lot different because, sorry, but a lot of guys are creeps when it comes to it, or they think that they have a shot. So it can be very harmful for female drivers who are out there driving if they don't want to let their passengers know how to get hold of them in any way, shape, or form. Having the receipt showing their first and last name can really be a problem, where they could find, again, their social media, slide in their DMs, and start harassing them outside of Uber and Lyft's ride. Well, I'm sorry, not Lyft. Lyft is not part of this. This is only Uber. I'm just so used to saying Uber and Lyft when talking about videos, but no, this is just an Uber platform thing. So you made a post in the Buffalo group. Yeah, worrying about women drivers and creepy passengers. Exactly, and that's what I just said right now. What's up, Rideshare Lisa? Hey, Beth. You don't like you don't like to have first and last name out there at all. It's Beth, I'm not sure how new it is. This morning, a lot of Facebook chatter was going out there, especially with the weekend being as busy as it was. I don't know how long this has actually been out. Maybe it's been 24 hours, maybe it's been 48, maybe it's been a week, but nobody's really paid attention. And certain things haven't put into place. So honestly, I have no idea how long it's actually been happening. If you use the passenger side of the app more, you might be able to go in your ride history and kind of see. But I only use Uber and Lyft when I go out of town. I have a perfectly good Jeep that I use, and then friends of mine, if we go out and drink, there's always somebody who is a DD. So at least in that side, yeah, I don't really use Uber and Lyft too much when I'm at home, but when I'm out of town, that's when I always use it. But yeah, so I can't go back that far. I don't know how long it's been happening. A couple of people have been commenting that it has been going on a little bit longer. But again, I can't verify that. The only thing I can verify is that it actually is happening, because I've seen screenshots through our Facebook groups that I'm part of, and you know, people just sending different things out and about, talking with other YouTubers as well who are in the arena. Dustin and I had a pretty good conversation about this all earlier this morning, just before he went live, actually. We were talking about it. So yeah, like I said, I don't know how long this has been going on. And being that this past weekend is so busy, it was one of the busiest weekends probably in the last year, just about. And I know a lot of people had their best night over this past weekend, or their best weekend period. So that means they were giving a lot of rides, and a lot of people were driving with Uber over Lyft, just because the way promotions were going. So quests, consecutive trips, surge, all of that stuff was making it so good for drivers. But if it was that long, and it was happening over the weekend, you might have your name out there quite a bit, and maybe to a few creeps that you gave rides to, unfortunately. So yeah, you haven't used it since you've been driving. It really does suck. It does, 100%. Like I said, I mean, if you run into any problem where anything, I mean, if you as a driver say, hey, you can't have alcohol in here, or hey, you can't have 5 people in here, you can't have children in here, or whatever it is, they can take that information and create a smear campaign or a defamation campaign, which the only way you can take care of it is pretty much through legal channels. And you know, taking it to court and things. And that's a very unfortunate thing, because it's easy to get information about people. Let's be real. It's very easy to get information. But this is dumbing it down to where anybody who had you as a driver, or I mean, as a passenger, they have your name. And there's a lot of information that you can get with that, just the first and last name. You know, you can get address. You possibly could get phone number. You can get a few different pieces of information, age. So yeah, it's not smart doing this. And again, Uber's policy strictly states, as I put in the thumbnail and circled it and talked about it earlier, it strictly states in the information it's going to share is your first name. It only says your first name. It doesn't say anything else but that. So yeah, how is Uber going to be held responsible? Yes, they can say they could change it at any time without anything, but hey, guess what? Here's the overlap, and this is where the violation. Again, I'm not a lawyer. I don't, you know, I don't study law in any way, but this is where the violation would be occurring over all of the rides that it's happening, and they haven't updated it. And why would they update it to this anyways? Whether it's a glitch or not, because I've heard the thing saying it could be a glitch, it could be the new way of doing things. We just don't know. And unfortunately, yeah, we just don't know. What's up, Jim? How's it going? Friday, yeah, Friday was awesome. I was playing Cards Against Humanity with my friends, so I wasn't out. I was out Saturday, and Saturday was off the freaking charts. The whole city was lit up with surge and consecutive trips and promotions and quests. Oh, it was fantastic. Great night. Gene, let's just say I've had one for a long time. Whether I carry it or not in a car, I'm not going to disclose that information, only because, like I said and alluded to before, it is against terms of service to have a firearm in your possession during a passenger or a driver at any point. So I'm not gonna say yes or no, but yeah, I do own guns. I'm not gonna deny that. Yeah, you heard Dustin mention it this morning. Good, your Facebook's private. Yeah, female drivers out there, if you do have any concerns about this possibility where people can get your information by your first and last name, change all of your social media accounts to private or unsearchable. You can do that. I don't know how to do it all. All my stuff is open and public anyways, because I do a lot of different things with business and stuff. So, you know, my name's out there and that. But yeah, so for female drivers or any driver for that matter, if you feel uncomfortable where passengers could find your information via social media, turn everything to private for right now. And make it so it's unsearchable, so people can't just type in your name and pop up in their search. You can do that. I know for a fact on Facebook. Instagram is a little bit different because you could have just a whole different name, you like username and stuff. So you can really hide yourself at least that way. But yeah, definitely take the moment if you feel like there could be somebody out there who you just don't want having your information or finding you via that information. Make sure you take the steps that you need to do to privatize yourself. What's up, Man Tampa? How's it going? What's up, John? You got to say them creeps. Yeah, anybody who wants to find a residence, you know, that's just stupid. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Oh, hey, you're here now, Uberman Tampa. It's all good. What's up, Sun Dragon? How you doing? But yeah, I mean, what do you guys think with this new revelation? And, you know, we always say we want more transparency with the company, but we don't want our private information being drivers transparent to passengers like that. We want the communication between Uber and Lyft much more transparent between driver and passenger. And that's kind of a system that they set up and the ecosystem that they set up. And, you know, they claim this whole community, that it goes against community guidelines and all that crap. Well, you as a company swayed how the community goes. So why are you giving lack of transparency between yourself, the drivers and passengers, and pitting us pretty much against each other at times, and allowing for even more transparency from drivers to passengers? It makes no sense. And then still hiding all of the information from the passenger to the driver, where, hey, guess what? We still don't necessarily know their names. And you know, that's a big thing, because I don't want to take Sweetie Pie, or I don't want to take Blind Man, or whatever it might be, whatever stupid name they come up with. I don't want to take that. I actually had a ride that said My Baby Girl, and I'm like, what? And this was on Saturday, and I didn't cancel it only because, you know, like I said, it's that consecutive bonus and working for the promotion. So this weekend was a little different than normal by doing those types of things. But yeah, it's like, come on, people. Didn't know if you got a full-time job with Amazon. Nice. That's awesome. Like literally working at, what are you doing? Working at a facility, or doing Amazon Flex? Yeah, definitely not a good thing. So what can you do? You thought they were only supposed to display. Yeah, they are. Beth, you're absolutely right. And like I said, in the oh my God, mind blank. Sorry. In the actual privacy policy, which you can go to, I think it's privacy.uber.com/policy. Again, it's privacy.uber.com/policy, which I did this morning. And I even took a recorded video of me scrolling through the entire thing just so it shows the overlap time, just in case they decided to change something from then till now, or even going forward in the future. There's still that discrepancy from when it actually started, when they were showing these last names of all the drivers, to when they actually change either the glitch back off or change it back to how it was, or they update their privacy policy. You know, that's going to be a number of rides that could be in their own violation. Again, I'm not a lawyer, I don't know. But yeah, in their own privacy policy, as it says on the thumbnail, it says the information that they share from drivers to riders is for the receipt is your last name, a map of the route, and one other thing, and I can't remember off the top of my head, but it says that they're plain as day your first name, and I don't get it. Would you have a problem with me doing a video on this topic? No, absolutely not. Go for it. Do it. Make a video on this topic and get more people knowing. Because like I said, Dustin and I both made videos on it. We were talking about it earlier today. This is the live stream that I'm doing where we can talk more about it. But yeah, make a video on it. This topic is a huge topic because it is a privacy concern for many drivers. And a lot of drivers, let's face it, either just don't know because they're not watching the channel. I mean, Dustin's got a great following. He's got almost 35,000 subs. I have 3,500. So we have a vast difference in viewership. But the more people that see this concept and know what's going on, the more people are going to be aware, the more they're going to be talking about it. And whatever happens from that point, that's what's going to happen. So I'm glad Facebook, that's one of the things I love about Facebook groups, even though there's a lot I hate about them. One of the things is the information as they're happening will spread and reach a lot of people who are part of the groups. So yes, make sure you're part of Facebook groups. You could check Uber forums. There's going to be a lot of people out there complaining, and it's annoying and that, but and there's going to be a lot of people who think they're right over other people, and it's just a mess. But when it comes to the information and things, they're great to get. I'm sorry, to get that information. So yes, if you want to make a video on this, please do so. Go for it and get more people out there knowing what's going on and what they're doing. Absolutely. All right, just scrolling back. Uber runs named Smoke. Oh, I could imagine driving with an Amazon van. Oh, okay, nice. They're in high demand right now. So Uber Man Tampa, that's awesome. You know, you get a lot of packages. Very off topic right now, I know, but it's going with Amazon. So I live in the suburbs of Buffalo, right outside the city. There's a Amazon facility that sorts through packages not too far from where I live, literally down the street, a number of miles away. They actually send the packages from that facility out to Rochester, which is like an hour and 15 minutes away, and drive it back to deliver. I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me. But no, that's awesome. Congratulations, Uberman Tampa. Things aren't really hidden from the passenger. No, they're not. A friend of mine said a rider called her and asked her out. Wow. Yeah, okay, that's another thing. People can get your number. There are two ways that you, as that a passenger can get a driver's number. There's one way where, there's three ways. One way is if you have a voicemail that's not set up and it says, "Hi, you have reached the phone number of number 867-5309. Just use that one. That's how they can get their number. So if they call you and it goes to voicemail, they can get your number that way. So if you have a voicemail that's not set up or has your number in it, change it immediately. So then that way you protect your number. The other two ways is from Uber or Lyft. I believe there's an opt-in and opt-out feature. I don't know if that's still active or not, where you can opt out of having them be able to share that information with the passenger. So there's that opt-in, opt-out thing. Like I said, I don't know. I'd have to really look into it a little bit more because I haven't looked that up in a while. But yeah, they can get your number by saying, oh, I forgot something in my car. I think I left my cell phone in the car. I need to get hold of the driver. And they can get your number that way because Uber will then give that information. But yet on the driver's side, it doesn't work like that. Somebody left Apple earbuds in my car, or I should say the charger in my car, and I wasn't able to get hold of them. I contacted Uber and they said, oh yeah, we'll contact them. And if they get back to you, then they get back to you. But hey, it's been over a month now and I still haven't. So if I ever get earbuds or AirBuds for my iPhone, then hey, I have a second charger now, I guess. But yeah, that's definitely a way how they can get your number. So those couple of things, just so you know. One of the things you could do is, if you really want, you could add a line on your cell phone plan or find a cheap cell phone plan that is just the phone number, and it's not really associated to you. So if people have your personal phone number versus like a work phone or something like that, if you start your own company, you can actually put it under that company's name. Or if you have your own company already set up, like an LLC or corporation or whatever it is, you can put that phone under that name, or you can even put your own phone and change it under to a business name if you so choose. And that way it'll further disguise your information. So if people do get your cell phone number, it's really not tied to you in terms of being able to access more personal information. There's a few more tricks and things to be able to try to access that, but it's kind of a roadblock, or at least a little bit of a deterrent from getting the information so freely or easily. So yeah, that's one thing. One time you had a guy waiting outside your house one morning. He left his phone in the car. Oh, that's another thing. Yes. Find the iPhone. One of the big things you want to do, especially females, because that's actually a scarier thing than you think. And Lisa, I'm thankful you brought that up. It's a little off topic, but it's kind of under the same whole thing with privacy. People will leave phones in the car because it's essentially a GPS tracking. So if you're driving around, they could jam the phone into the side into the seat, and then be able to track it. So 3-4 in the morning, when most people go home and are sleeping, they know where you are. And that's a perfect example of how something like that happened. So one of the things you can do is, if you get gas at the end of the night, I know a lot of drivers will go out and fill up at the end of the shift or something, or if they go vacuum the car, whatever it might be, check your seats really good. Run your hand through the center of the seats, the back of the seats. Just kind of give a good check all over, on the floor, under the seats if you can. Just give a real good check. Honestly, it's only going to take like 2 minutes tops to do a real thorough check for stuff. I do that when I usually end the night, just in case somebody does drop something, and if I know who it might be or not, at least I know. But yes, with the whole find your phone, that's definitely a way where somebody could potentially leave it on purpose to get your information. Example of maybe where you live or where you work. So definitely take that into consideration and be careful. What is everybody talking about? Something Amazon, hold on. You're a rider named Pig. Oh, I believe it. I don't think there's a name out there that wouldn't surprise me now that people post. I've seen just random letters and symbols and numbers for people's name, and that to me does not make sense, because like, who are you here for? What's your driver's name type thing to verify that information? And you have absolutely no idea or ability to be able to do that, and it makes no sense. Yeah, Lisa, that would scare the crap out of anybody. But yeah, I do recommend some personal protection if you need it. You watch Dustin also, but just happen to catch you live. Hey, well, welcome to have me, or welcome to have you. It's good to be here. The name was Pig, yeah. Distribution facility, it's not a warehouse. Yeah, no, it's gonna be nice, yeah. When a rider leaves something in the car, Uber and Lyft will give you a call, you a text. Yeah, they will do that sometimes, not always. Sometimes they will give your information out directly without your permission. It's kind of like if you get a 45 or a long ride of 45 minutes or more, sometimes they'll tell you it's a long ride, sometimes they don't. I think it's just depending on who they're communicating with at Uber or Lyft. Or again, if that has that opt-in, opt-out information. If you're opted in to sharing that information in case something is lost, then they will automatically do it without your knowledge. So that's just something to look at when you're in the app. Look at your whole dashboard and see all of your settings, what you're opted into, what you're opted out of, because there are some discrepancies there when it comes to it. It's ridiculous. Amazon to do, yeah. Kind of like what they send it from Pittsburgh. That's, yeah, I mean, I don't get sometimes logistics. It's very strange. Your warehouse goes through about 50 to 60,000 packages. Yeah, you know what? I've heard that from the same facility. I take people to and from there, and they say about the same. You're going to be busy. It's fun. Gig Mobile is great. Yep, Gig Mobile's another one. So if you want, I think it's like $10 or $12 a month or something. I don't have it. I have my plan from God knows how long ago. But yeah, Gig Mobile is a phone that you can use, where if you want to put it, get a second phone, almost like kind of like a burner phone, you can do that. You can power off the phone if somebody leaves it, yep, and you recognize it. And then that way you can make a report to Uber or Lyft saying somebody left a phone, you don't know who, and then they can do whatever they want to do to be able to get it back. Where do you get Gig Mobile? I don't know. Beth, maybe Man Tampa knows. Man Tampa, you know how to get Gig Mobile? I think it's a website, but I'm not sure. Because like I said, I don't have it. But yeah, okay, so it's $12 a month, and I think it's unlimited data, texts, all that fun stuff. So if you need to get that second phone, that is a good option. Like I said, you can also add a phone to your line as long as it's a smartphone that gets regular updates or is able to. You don't have to have the latest and greatest here, just something that's going to be extra. Or if you have a tablet or something that works with cellular network. So if you have like a iPad mini or something, or one of the Google ones, and it's a nice small one and it's able to connect to the internet or to the cellular devices, then you can also use that as well. And I believe Geo uses a tablet over his phone. At least that's what I gather from watching his channel too. So yeah, those are a couple of different things there when it comes to, you know, being a little bit more protective of your security. And lastly too, like I say, if you do have your own company or business or whatever it is, and you filed your own articles into a state and are declared either, like I said, some sort of corporation or LLC, you can change your phone into or under that name of the business, and then it won't show your personal information whatsoever. So you can do that, and like I said, it's going to be a further roadblock. Okay, it's a website, yes. So Beth, if you're still watching, Gig Mobile website, don't know what it is, just type in gig mobile on Google and it'll pop up. Ooh, an iPhone 7 for $1 down. That's what's up. So that's not too bad right there. Yeah, so you could definitely do that. But yeah, I mean, going back to what Uber is doing, I don't know, like I said, if this is a glitch. I don't know if this is, can you give her, yeah, if you want to put your email address in, just don't put it in, because YouTube will automatically delete it. If you want to put your email address, just put the email address like before the in one comment, and then just use the space as an and then put like either Gmail or Yahoo or whatever it is, just so then that way it'll come through. Because like I say, if you put your email address, it will automatically delete it. It's just something YouTube does. They do any type of information or where they think that there's certain promotion going on that isn't deemed okay by say me or the YouTube creator or whatever the channel's under, they'll automatically do that. Changing things to an LLC will give people your information. Yeah, I mean, it's very, like I said, it is possible to do that, but it's just another barrier between you, your name and that. So you can be able to disguise a couple of different ways that way, just by adding more barriers. Now, again, all information, if you follow the trail and keep following the trail, you'll be able to find what you're looking for, but it's just putting out more barricades to people. So, you know, maybe they give up, maybe they stop and they just don't care. So yeah. Oh, it did show up. Okay. No problem. At least it showed up on my end and didn't say if I can approve it or deny it. So it looks like it did go through. But yeah, all right. Other than that, like I said, I don't know what is going to happen, but anybody who wants to make more information on it, like Man Tampa or anybody else who does make videos and just exposing this more in any Facebook groups that you may be part of, whether it's a national group, whether it's a state, whether it's a market, or even a local area. You know, you kind of want to put that information out there because, yeah, a lot of drivers probably just don't know because maybe they don't watch YouTube or they just don't watch Uber and Lyft YouTube videos if they're sitting there waiting at the airport for rides to come in. So, yeah, make that. If I make mods, yeah, I can. So, web links can come through. I mean, that's true. It does happen. Most of the time it does go through, for the most part, but it's more like, hey, if they're trying to like promote a different video and they'll have like certain wording, that they watch out for. And I think that happens even with mods. But yeah, I mean, if anybody wants to be a mod, let me know and I can set it up. I never really, kind of looked into it too much, but I can try to set it up. So if anybody does want to be a mod on the channel, by all means, let me know and I can work on that some way, somehow, because I'm not sure, but I could find it out probably pretty easily. That's what YouTube's for. There's so much information on YouTube. It's fantastic. But yeah, other than that, I got nothing. I don't know what else to say, especially when it comes to that. But yeah, privacy is definitely being, okay. Hold on. I think if I press this down, add moderator. Yep. Okay. All right. It looks like you're a moderator. So, cool. You're the first moderator, Lisa, by the way. But yeah, no, other than that, I don't know what to say. I mean, if you guys have any other last few comments about, you know, the privacy, about what Uber and Lyft, or I'm sorry. Well, we can actually say Uber and Lyft because some of the things that Lyft is doing as well is a problem when it comes to certain things that they're doing. So if you guys have any last few comments on that, put them now because otherwise I'm going to be signing off in a few minutes and going out driving. So I'm hoping tonight's going to be a pretty decent night. Who knows? We'll see. Usually Tuesday night's not too bad. But yeah, again, last bit of information. If you didn't know or just joining, you hear that with spam. Yeah, it's I'll be a mod. Don't tolerate. Okay, make you a mod. Man Tampa. You are now a mod. But yeah, so anybody who might be just joining or whatever, or didn't see the video earlier, Uber has been giving out drivers' first and last names on their receipts, where passengers will be able to see that information on the thumbnail. It shows that. I did block out that person's information, so it's not out there for everybody else to see, especially reaching on a larger platform. But yeah, Uber is doing this. Lyft is not. It's a change that has just been noticed. Who knows how long it's been going. And it goes against their own privacy policy that is out. If you read their own privacy policy, it says that the information that's shared between the driver to the passenger at the receipt is your first name, and it specifically says your first name. It doesn't say anybody else's. So yeah, that's a pretty interesting thing right now. The last time that was updated was in May of last year. So it's been, what, 18 months or so since it's been that. Click on the icon in the comments. Yeah. Hey, you're already you guys are already mods, so it's all good. I thought I saw that when, I held it down or was looking back and the screen pops up. Trying to learn the phone and all that fun jazz on a live stream while you're live is pretty crazy, but thank you. I enjoy the interaction. That's why I like doing live streams. They're a lot of fun, and it's a great way to connect with everybody else and get other viewpoints or ideas. Or like I say, earlier when I was made the video earlier this morning or afternoon, whenever it went out, there were a couple of points that I forgot that somebody commented, and that's when I talked about, female drivers with creep passengers and all that kind of thing. So that's always great information to have. And then it's just a way where we can, elaborate on certain topics, or, tackle them from different sides of the ball and try to all be better drivers and have some fun and laugh a little bit with a couple of things. So yeah, I'm going to be doing more live streams. I'm trying to tweak the channel just a little bit. Most of it is going to be pretty much all the same. It's just going to be like the release schedule of things, when I'm going to release schedule. I think I'm also going to do a dedicated live stream once a week for at the same specific time. I believe I'm going to do that, I think, Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific, at least in the US. I know there's other people. I've seen Brazil, I've seen UK, I've seen Australia already. I've actually seen somebody too from the Czech. So yeah, there's a lot of different people who are watching, but I think I'm going to do a nice long dedicated live stream once I get the setup I need to going, which I'm working on right now. And that's going to be more of an open-ended thing where we could talk about, a lot of different topics, try to answer certain questions from one angle or another angle. And then even go completely off topic when it comes to, even talking about other things besides rideshare, like going out for dinner or something. It doesn't matter, but yeah, I'm going to probably do that very soon in the next few weeks. So yeah, like I say, if you guys have any other comments or ideas on maybe certain ways to tweak the channel, all the content is going to stay the exact same. Going to have the crazy fun rideshare stories or what happens during rideshare. Going to give out still the information, different tips and tricks. All that is going to stay the exact same. I'm just going to tweak on when I put it out, I think. Sometimes on certain news information, if I get it early enough, maybe I'll make a video and try to release it early in the morning and then do a live stream later at night so people can see the video, kind of come up with their own thoughts and ideas, and then share them on a live stream later, like what I did today. But yeah, if you guys have any input on that, love to hear it, just because we can. John, all right, you have a good night as well, too. Going out for a drink. Oh, have fun, Lisa. I'm going out for a drink on Saturday. My birthday's this Sunday, so I'm going out Saturday night. Hopefully, with the time change, we get an extra hour. So instead of going home at 4 a.m., it'll technically be 5, even though it'll say 4. Some bars do that, some don't. But yeah, it'll be fun. But enjoy your drink out there, wherever you're going. Be safe. Gave your input. What's up, Donnie? Oh, Donnie, share away, man. I'm not worried about it. Like I said, it's a good way to interact and look at things from different angles. So yeah, nice. Hey, happy birthday, man. Maybe. Ooh, moonshine's not too bad. I've had a little bit. But yeah, hey, who knows? Maybe one day we could be in the same area, but that's awesome. So happy early birthday to you, Donnie. Yeah, it's pretty cool. They separated. Yeah, Lisa, hey, if you're ever in Buffalo, just hit me up, let me know. If you're there or if you're in town, I know it's not too far. Like if you said you're going to come in for working a Bills game at one point, or whatever's going on, hey, sure, let me know. Can definitely meet up. I have no problem doing that. We could go to like Duff's or something, get some wings, grab a drink. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. So Saturday, normally, sometimes I go out, sometimes I don't, but coffee moonshine. Wow. That's interesting. I'm not a fan of coffee, but that is pretty interesting. Thanks, John. Yeah, coffee moonshine. Wow. I don't know. I'm not a fan of coffee, but I think I'd have to try that, especially having caffeine and being a stimulant and depressant. It's kind of like a Red Bull and vodka or something. Had to tell you already started Uber Pits. Rooster in your car the other night. Oh yeah, I believe it. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm going to end it now. I got to head out, try to do something because this weekend is going to be short for me. I'm not going out too often. Thursday being Halloween, taking the little one out trick-or-treating. Saturday is all the fun festivities, and Sunday's my birthday, so I'm not working on it. No thanks. No. But other than that, I got to go out. So, all right, guys. Great talking with you. Blah, blah, blah. I don't remember what I was going to say, but yeah, great talking with you guys. See you next time. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for anybody who hasn't yet. Ring the bell for notifications so you'll be notified for all the upcoming videos that I do, as well as when I go live. You'll be notified, so when I do go live, you can participate in the live stream as well too. And as always, never drink and drive. Always tip your drivers, and we'll see you next time.